you very much indeed. Hello, and welcome to Friday Night with Jonathon Ross. And the big showbiz news this week is that Ant and Dec are rumoured to be joining the BBC. Ant and Dec come over here. Well, I say, leave Newsnight as it is. Can you imagine? Prime Minister, I must press you. Will you get on with your bush tucker trial? that was Geordie, wasn't it? Was that? It certainly was north of here, anyway. I was trying. They've already decided what they want to do here. Dec is going to replace George, the Blue Peter Tortoise. And Ant is going to become the enormous head of light entertainment. Now, if the rumours are true, I have a welcoming message for them. Stay off my patch, you short-ass Geordies. Make them feel welcome. Talking of the kings of Saturday night, may I introduce the dodgy old queens of Friday night? It's my house band. 4 puffs and a piano, ladies and gentlemen.
When our friends become successful, oh, look at those clothes.
We don't want to upset the guests too quickly, you know. Shall we see who is in the green room, just to see if security have managed to get Shaggy out of the minibar yet, if no other reason. My first guest is an old friend of the show. In fact, in many ways, he's our very own fairy godmother. It's Dale Winton, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Hello, Dale. Good evening, darling. How are you?
Getting better looking.
Thank you. You do too.
Yeah. Can I ask you, Dale, is that a new shade you've gone for summer this year?
Yes, it's actually called Sun Shimmer.
Sun Shimmer?
Yeah, it's a new brand, number 44 in a certain range.
Now, you have to admit, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't Dale look fantastic for his age?
Don't tell them how old I am, Jonathan.
194, I think you should be proud. Have you been under the surgeon again?
Not since last we spoke, but of course you do know that did happen 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. I know, I meant sexually. My next guest is one of Britain's genuine sporting heroes. It is world snooker champion Ronnie the Rocket O'Sullivan. Evening, Ronnie. Hello. All right, come on. Sit up straight. Go on. Sit up straight. You're not at home. Stop slouching. Ronnie is the greatest snooker player in the world as we speak. He spent so long practising. When he was young, he was 15 before he saw natural sunlight. He's obsessed with the game. He's in there, he's probably currently trying to work out if Dale's head is a yellow or a brown. How many points for that? My final guest, ladies and gentlemen, I think you're probably as excited as I am. It's a world exclusive. He hasn't done a TV interview like this for 17 years. It is Morrissey! Mozza! Lord Stephen Patrick Morrissey. CBE, OBE, Knight of the Empire. Rule of the free world. Beloved by all. Wow. And he looks great. Doesn't Morrissey look great? Not bad. That's because he's been living in the Californian sunshine for 7 years, but still hasn't forgotten his home. Every week he gets drizzle flown over from Manchester, isn't that right? Just to cheer himself down. What a green room that is. I think you know you've made it in this business when you're known around the world by just the one name. We have Morrissey, of course, Rocket, Sunbed.
Thank you.
Well, that's the show. You'd be mad to go elsewhere. Now, I saw this picture in the paper this week, before we get on with the show proper. I saw this picture. It's a car made entirely out of ice. Did you see this? There you go. That one is in London. It's fantastic, isn't it? There's another one in Liverpool, but I believe that's up on blocks of ice. And I think, you know, seeing this, you can just sense that the Beckham checkbook is out, can't you? Or they'll be in for a shock the next day. Victoria, someone's nicked the car and pissed on the drive. But that, my friends, is amazingly not the most ludicrous car of the week because, and I'm not just showing off here, I want to share this with you, I bought myself a new car, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. Look at that. Look at that. I'm the proud owner of a 1959 BMW Isetta. It's a lovely little vehicle. Look at it. It's packed up. I've been driving around with it, pootling around in it, and it's, you know, it's an old car. It's from 1959. You have to be careful. I'd never driven a vintage car before. You have to coax it. You have to treat it like you would as if you were making love to a beautiful woman. An old, short, beautiful woman. You know, which means that all the fun buttons are nearer the ground than you're used to, and you can't put anything too hard in case it comes off in your hand, which, let's face it, no one likes. And when I said I was going to show this picture on the show, and I said to the producer, she said, why don't we cover up the number plate in case when you drive around anyone recognises it's you in it? So I hadn't quite worked out the steering yet. That's why I was just going across the road and back. and it's great fun to drive, but that's it. But if you have to be very careful, because when you get a bit of speed up, if you hit a wasp, you could write the car off. Should we get our first guest out, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. He is the one, the only. I'm so enamoured of this fella, Mr. Dale Winton, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Have you seen him go? Roy Racer, Roy Racer. Roy Racer.
Hello. I love you.
You get younger looking and slimmer and better looking every time you come on the show.
Do you know, you don't have to say that to me, Jonathan. You know I'll sleep with you anyway.
No,
it's okay.
It's not just foreplay, but no, seriously, you look fantastic. You look in great shape.
I feel great. Well, you know, it's the battle, isn't it? It's the battle. In fact, we always do this. We compare waistlines, don't we? Mm-hmm. When we meet, you go, how's the weight? And I go, how's yours?
Mm-hmm. And what is your weight at the moment?
I'm 5 pounds heavier than I'd like to be. I'm just a shade over 13 stone.
What's your fighting weight? Maybe I should rephrase that.
Yes, you should.
What do you like to be? 12 and a half?
I'd love to be 12. I mean, everybody says to me when I'm 12 and a half, oh, you look ill. Oh, you look too thin.
And you like that?
And I love it. You know. I always like, there was a great quote by, it was Elizabeth Taylor. She said, me and Judy Garland, when we're thin, people think they're worried about us because they think we're ill, but we're actually quite happy. And then we get fat, it's because we're contented, but we're not really happy. So it's you, me, Elizabeth Taylor and Judy Garland.
What a lovely bunch to be lumped in with.
Absolutely.
Two insane women and you. Come on. Now, Dale, obviously he's on television. We know him for television. He does radio as well. And that's kind of your first love, isn't it? Am I right thinking doing radio, music?
I was a radio and club DJ. I was a club DJ when I was 16. Shouldn't have been in pubs, but I was working in them. And then a radio DJ from the age of 21. So I love music and I love radio.
And you started, it's the traditional route, and you started in a biscuit factory, didn't you?
United Biscuits Network, which is where sadly it's no longer around, but you'd learn everything there was to learn about radio because it was an industrial radio station broadcasting around the country on landline, and you'd play records for, you know, Janice working on Penguins in Liverpool, and, you know, June working on Jaffa Vending No. 9 in Glasgow. It was great.
Isn't it weird the way the country's changed so much? That does seem like, I mean, obviously it's a while ago, but it seems like such a long while ago, such a different time and place.
A different era altogether. 70s, you know, when you look back on it. I mean, God, what is... At my age, God, dear.
How old are you now?
Oh, don't ask me that.
Well, no, you just mentioned it. You said my age, and therefore it begs the question, how old exactly you are?
Do you know, I don't mind admitting it, but I wish I wasn't. I'm 49 next week.
Right, so 49.
Oh, God, that went... Oh,
You're looking after yourself better, though, aren't you, as you're getting older? I mean, it's not just because of the ageing. I mean, I guess you're doing better in your career as well.
People are going to hate me for saying this, but I found what I think is, diet-wise, the holy grail, because... I spent my entire life being a yo-yo dieter, gaining weight, losing weight. Even when I was 16, my mum dragged me off to a health farm when I put on like 2 stone.
But you were big back then, weren't you?
Oh, we used to call me a butterball. Yeah. I mean, on an early television show, before we got to know each other...
You were a big, bouncing fat kid, weren't you? Big, roly-poly fat boy. Little fat boy, fatty. Like a big chicken. Big ball, like a football. Like a giant... You look like a giant... Imagine in this colour, like a big Malteser in shorts. Bisected like a Savoy tied to a bratwurst, a sausage, a salami, like a bouncy castle that had got up and walked towards you. It was terrifying. Was it hard for you being large as a child?
I don't know, but I think I need to go to a support group now. I don't feel too good
you
now.
You were just big boned. You were just a healthy.
I was fat, Jonathan. So what I did was I tried every diet going. I've been to health farms. I've been on the grapefruit diet, this diet. And people are going to hate me for saying this, but I went on the Atkins, and to me, it was brilliant. I lost 3 stone. I used to cover it up with dark suits on TV.
Yeah.
So, and you know what people like in our business? They don't say to you, you've got fat, lose a bit of weight. People go, but you can carry it, you're quite tall.
Yeah.
And no one's ever honest with you. But I could see as I'm getting into a size 48 jacket, I'm thinking,
too big.
no. And so I went on Atkins, and I doubt very much a carbohydrate will pass my lips till 2009. I
love the way you say that. You know. But that's mainly cheese, meat, eggs, that kind of thing?
Well, all the things I was told I couldn't have, like fried egg and bacon and sausage, that's great, but you can't have the toast that goes with it.
Do you miss that?
I did a terrible thing I have to admit to. I don't know what you're like, but I get the munchies late at night. And I'm in the middle of recording a series at the moment, which you know about. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I just craved bread.
3 in the morning? You woke up needing bread?
I woke up at 3 in the morning. You know what it's like? You get the munchies in the middle of the night. And I had some frozen bagels in my freezer, but my microwave is broken. So I couldn't defrost them. So there I am at 3 o'clock in the morning, hacking this bagel with a knife. And of course, the more time it took me to get there, the more frustrated I was getting. Eventually, I managed to get this thing in half, and I'm breaking out in a sweat. I'm in a terrible state. Put it in the toaster. Of course, no one ever told me that you can't toast frozen bagels. They just go all chewy.
Well, why would anyone ever tell you that? Everyone else manages to wait till they've thawed out. It's not like it's some piece of wisdom we've all been holding back from you these years. Now, here's the thing I wonder. I know you're looking good, but are you happy like that?
These are size 33 waist diesel jeans. Jonathan, hard to believe, but having been fat all my life, to buy a pair of jeans this size is better than sex. It is better than anything. I may not be getting any, but I feel great not getting any.
Are you not getting any?
Not so much at the moment.
Why not so much? Hold it, let's qualify this. How much is not so much?
Enough, but not as much as I would like.
Well, what does that mean, enough? How much you getting? When was the last time?
5 weeks ago.
5 weeks?
That's the full Monty, but you know.
Not with a full English breakfast afterwards.
Oh, do you know, this is... I'm really embarrassed. Underneath this fake tan...
Well, so
I'm
you
really
should.
going
You
red.
come on this show boasting about sex.
I am red.
Shame on you, Winton. What's got into you? Nothing recently for the sound of things. I apologise.
I've already found out there's someone in your green room I am crazy about, but I found out he's straight, so I can't do anything about it.
Which one's that?
The drummer with Morrissey.
Oh, really?
I think his name's Dino. Oh, look, that's it.
He's a good-looking fella. He's a good-looking fella.
I think the audience must think I'm a terrible slapper or something. I'm just...
Not 5 weeks ago, they're feeling sorry for you.
Does it matter?
Of course it doesn't.
I feel better about myself now.
I think they're more shocked about your bagel story. That's what we got upset about.
I haven't even told you I haven't got a microwave oven. That's a totally different story.
What did you do? How did you thaw it then?
No, your researcher rang me and asked me about this bread thing, and they said to me, "Well, haven't you got a microwave oven?" And this is disgusting, actually. Before you don't want to hear this.
I do.
I am so embarrassed, and I apologise. This is people are going to go, "Oh, that's not our Dale." It's a horrible thing for him to do. I was going away on holiday, and I did a big wash. And one of the things I washed is I bought these flip-flops from DKNY, and they're very nice, but they're cloth. And I thought I'll give them a quick wash before I take them away, and they didn't dry.
Well, of course.
So I thought I've got to dry these flip-flops. I know it's disgusting, isn't it?
Well, we don't know what you've done with them yet.
So 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm leaving at 11. I rang a friend. I said, "What am I going to do with these wet flip-flops?" He said, "Put them in the microwave."
Can I just say,
So-
I've never had that conversation as an adult male with another male. I've never phoned someone and said, "What am I going to do with my wet flip-flop?" Chuck them out, buy a new pair, they're flip-flops.
No, but they were really nice. They were black and they matched everything else I'd got.
Oh, well, that makes a big difference.
But what I didn't realise was at the base of it, like this one has got like a little logo on the bottom,
sticker, yeah.
which is plastic. Of course, I put them in the microwave, full power for 2 minutes. I leave the kitchen, I come back, there is a towering inferno going on in my microwave oven. So
Can I just check? Did you not do that just so you could lure some firemen into the house? Let's talk about your new TV show then. In It, Spin It and Win It is the title of the new show.
He does this every time. Third series, you've never got the
What's
title
it called
right.
again? It's a silly title. That's why
In
I'm
It
confused.
to Win It.
You're in it and win it.
I'm going to hit you. In It to Win It.
In it to win it. In what to win it? In what are you in?
National Lottery, In It to Win
So
It.
you're in the lottery and then you can win it. Because I don't understand what the title means.
It is, you see, you're in it to win it. You're in the game show to win it.
You're in to win the lottery.
No, to win the game. The lottery is part of the show. It's kind of like stands alone, and we then do the balls halfway
So you're in
through.
you're not in the lottery. You don't do the lottery.
I do the lottery occasionally.
Well, you just said the lottery you didn't in. You went in it.
No. The show's called In It to Win It. So the contestants are in it to win it, in the show to win. Am I being thick and stupid?
No, I tell you what. How do I dry out my flip-flops?
Hair dryer.
So in it to win it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I watched it. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I watched it in its entirety last week to see it all the way through.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, enjoyed it very much, and it is a fun quiz show because essentially you've been given the job of making a show out of the lottery. That's it, I guess.
Yeah,
Isn't it? That's
it's a
what
good
they
show. I have to say, out of all the lottery shows I've done over the years, amazing, this has been the biggest hit for
do. How
me.
many have you done?
I've done 4 different types of lottery shows.
Good heavens
This
above.
is the biggest show.
Okay, let's have a look at a little bit. This is I Am In It, Will You Win It with Dale Winston.
Peter, I accept 60 as your answer. Is it 60? Oh, I'm so sorry.
I think I'm going to wake up in a minute.
Your share just went from £37,500 to £75,000. That is what you're going home with tonight.
I wasn't going to do this, but Andy, it's leap year. Do you want to marry me?
Oh! Yes, he said yes!
It's a nice show, and it's. I watched it with my little girl. She enjoyed it as well.
Does she like it? Oh, that's so thank you.
Do you
for
think
saying
if that girl had asked that guy to marry her before she'd won the money, he'd have said yes? Because I think he was
Well,
doubtful.
I felt sorry because they've been together 8 years, and I knew because I do all my contestant research, and I knew that her boyfriend was there, been together 8 years, and he hadn't asked her to marry him yet. So the guy's not going to say no. Actually, I don't think I will. So I felt a bit sorry. He's on the spot, isn't he? But he said yes. Thank goodness he said yes.
And did they get married? You know?
Well, Jenna's only 2 weeks ago.
So, well, you might know. You know, you don't know.
No, I haven't heard any more about it.
So you don't really keep in touch with people like that. So when you're pretending to care out there, that's really good.
I love each and every one of them.
But if one of them called you in the middle of the night and said, my flip-flops are wet, you'd slam the phone down, wouldn't you? You'd slam it down so hard you'd break it in half.
That phone thing is interesting. Can I just tell you about my phone thing?
Hey, but before you do, how many phones you got now? You had 2 last time and you said you were going to wean yourself off one. You said, I've got 2 mobiles. I said, the only person I know with 2 mobiles is David Beckham, and we know why he's got 2. Why do you need 2, Winton? And you had 2. You said, I'm going to wean myself off one. Have you done it?
No, I've got 3, which is
well,
bad
what's
news.
going? That's the wrong direction to be heading in.
It is, but I have to tell you, I had a disaster this week because one of the numbers, the very private number, the one which incidentally I rang you on this week.
Hold it, you've got a very private number, and then a private number, and then what? One that's in phone booths? What?
Well, you know that
feeling frisky.
You know that moment where you meet someone and you think, you know, he says, "Can I have your number?" or she says, "Can I have your number?" I go, should I be giving this person my number? So you give them the number which goes to voicemail.
I
see. And then you've got the old
You're saying
number.
that as if we all do this. I don't think anyone else here understands really how, you know, but it's nice to be in that position.
But then I had a funny thing happen this week. I've got the number which, you know, the private number, which is like for friends and family.
So this is the ultimate private number.
Which you have, by the way, John. I called you on it the other day while you were driving around town. I saw him driving around town. I rang him. I said, "Were you in your car with the top down?"
He did call me. It was quite alarming. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I actually have the message to play. Yeah?
Oh, God, no!
Hi, sweetheart, it's Dale. I've just seen you drive past virtually my front door in a blue Mazda with the top down in Regent's Park. It's 1:10. It's, what day is it today? It's Monday. I think it was you, sweetheart. You're looking very handsome in your convertible. Lots of love. If I haven't got you, if it's not you, Johnny, then I do apologise. But I could have sworn it was you just driving to Regent's Park with your top down. I'll see you soon. Big kiss, hun. Bye.
It was you, wasn't it?
It was me.
It was.
Well, of course it's me. I just played the message in. There'll be someone else who said, I've got this for you. I will call you more. I'll give you a call on your extra
You know, I
private
genuinely adore you, Jonathan. You know that. And I love your wife, too, just
well,
to make
why
you feel
not? Who
secure
wouldn't
about all
love
this.
me,
So
eh?
Jane's
Who couldn't
lovely.
find me adorable?
No, you are adorable.
I'm perfect in every way.
I just don't want to go back in that green room with Dino, the drummer. I'm just mortified. I mean, what...
See, you mentioned it again, just in case Dino's forgotten. He's warming you up, Dino. Watch out. Hey, you know what? I don't believe there's any such thing as gay or straight, OK? I just think there's a little bit of, you know, a little bit of in all of us.
Well, you've always advocated that, Jonathan, and I commend you for that.
Yeah, well, go and see if you can work your magic. All I ask you is, if anything happens, you come back on the show as a couple and tell us all about it. Is that OK, Dino? Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Mr. Dale Winton.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Always so lovely. I'll see you after.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You've got to love a bit of Dale, haven't you?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yes. Yes! I don't know how this works. Do I get a finder fee or something for that? Big news story this week. There aren't enough Australians. I beg to differ, but apparently there aren't enough young Australians having sex to maintain the population. But the Australians have taken matters into their own hands, which may well be part of the problem, I suppose. The Australian government have offered £1,000 for every baby born. That's pretty good, isn't it? Now, that's a proper Aussie budget statement, isn't it? We have to sit through 4 hours of an extra penny on knitting yarn. The Aussie Chancellor stands there and goes, "Right, you puffed this, shake the missus, and I'll give you £1,000. Who's for a tinny?" My next guest is riding high, having won the World Snooker Championship just last week for the 2nd time. Here he is in action.
14. To win the Embassy World Championship for the 2nd time is something that most players have never done once.
15.
A big credit should go to Graham Dott. What a tournament he's had. He's played, at the moment, the best player in the world. And the handshake, I'm sure, will come from Graham Dott. What a tournament. O'Sullivan has been quite simply magnificent. He takes the Embassy World Championship by 18 frames to 8 as the Crucible audience give him a standing ovation. Well played, O'Sullivan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
I am the last of the famous international playboy, the last of the famous international playboys.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, the world snooker champion. That must sound good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. It sounds very good.
It's the second time you've won this, isn't it?
Second time. Yeah.
When was the first?
2001.
2001. And when you went in this time, did you know you were going to win? Did you feel confident?
Yeah, I felt very confident, I must admit. But you know, you get the ups and downs in the tournament. But I'd already prepared myself for that, and I just thought, you know, let's just go and enjoy it because that's what it's there for.
If you won in 2001, how come you didn't win in 2002 and 2003 then? If you're the world's best now, I don't understand how. 2 years off, or what happened there? You just you took your eye off the ball, you lost the focus.
A little bit, yeah. I must admit, you know, for the year afterwards, I was a bit on cloud nine and thought I'd, you know, achieve everything I wanted to achieve, and then I just sort of like lost the appetite for it.
You were no longer hungry.
Not hungry enough.
Okay, but you didn't.
Still hungry.
But you've been. I know you've had a kind of a colourful past, and you've had a few years and everything that goes with it.
Yeah.
Was that what happened in between, or no?
On binges, you know, I used to go on sort of semi-sort of binges, and that sort of affected my frame of mind, and you know, and I just lost the plot really. To be honest.
Did you ever play a tournament or match drunk?
Not many.
I imagine, because most of us, if we play snooker or pool or billiards, we play it in pubs or halls. We play it drunk. I think probably we're all as good as you. It's just that you've learned how to do it sober. That's probably what the difference is.
I can play. If I play, I'm drunk. I play left-handed. I'm okay, but I can't play drunk when I'm playing right-handed.
Because you are ambidextrous, are you not?
I don't think I am. It's just something that I've practiced, so I've learnt to use my left hand.
Well, that's ambidextrous. That's what that means.
But I can't write left-handed. I can't play cricket. I can't do most things with my left hand. Only snooker.
Have you ever done it where you sit on your hand and make it go to sleep, so when you use it, it's like... Oh, that's a different thing, isn't it? That's but you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, that must be handy then.
It's very handy.
OK, let's talk about some of the nicknames in snooker. Because they are peculiar. But you're not. You were Ronnie the Rocket, but now you're not Ronnie the Rocket. Is that right? You're Ronnie someone else.
I didn't change it, but it's just that someone next to me says, "You're no Rocket. This was Ray Reardon."
Because you're not fast like a rocket, I suppose, are you?
Not as fast as I used to be. I used to be a rocket, you know, but now I've sort of like slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Old age.
So, what are you called now?
I'm not really, you know...
Come on, Ronnie. Ronnie.
No, Ray Reardon says, you're no rocket. To me, you're a magician, and that comes from a 6-time world champion, so I thought, you know, and he doesn't use his words lightly.
If it comes from Ray Reardon, you've got to go with it.
I don't mind that, yeah.
Ronnie the Magician O'Sullivan.
I don't mind that one, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
I quite like that one.
Is that you in your magician's gear there? That's...
Yeah.
You look more like Jack the Ripper, I'll be honest with you. Ronnie the Ripper O'Sullivan. There you go. Maybe not a connotation you'd like, but you're stuck with it. Now, snooker, I remember I went for a period when I was younger watching snooker, and you get really hooked on watching it. You can really get hooked on it. And then if you kind of wean yourself off it, when you go up here and you think, it's kind of a slow-moving game. It can be a bit boring to watch as well sometimes.
Depends who's playing, though.
Well, so it does depend on who's playing, you're correct. How long do the games go on for on average, do you reckon?
It, again, depends who's playing. If you've got two players that are a little bit methodical, anywhere from 15, 20 minutes to half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour sometimes, you know, which is very slow. And
do you know in advance, when you're going down to play, do you know in advance when you're going to be in a flowing mood? Do you think tonight it's going to be easy for me, or is it just when you're out there?
You don't know. You just go out there and you just do everything you can do to get in the right frame of mind. Sometimes it's stronger than others, sometimes, you know, it's just not there, and that's why I use my left hand, just to get me there.
So it actually helps you get into that zone?
Yeah, it's just a mental sort of thing that gets me back flowing and enjoying it again.
But when it's going well, when it's going too easily, does it get boring for you?
No, it's lovely, you know, because when you're in that, it's just like, you know, it's just beautiful, you know, it's just so easy, you know, and it's what you enjoy doing and you flow, and, you know, it's the best thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Better than anything else in your life?
Totally, yeah.
Wow, that's quite something, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you earn good money doing this?
Reasonable.
That's good.
Reasonable.
What prize do you get when you become world champion?
Well, I won 250,000 this year.
Wow, 250,000 for just playing snooker. That's easy money.
It is.
But you beat the guy in the final. You beat him quite easily, didn't you?
Yeah.
So that makes you easily the best. You're way ahead of all the others.
Not really, no.
You stand above them looking down and laughing at their feeble efforts. Would I be right? You look at them and say, bring me a challenger, bring me a worthy challenger. Not these fools, these dolts, these gimps, these one-eyed, one-armed charlatans. Would I be right, Ronnie? Is this what you've said recently?
Yeah.
I'm not putting words in your mouth.
You're not.
Have you ever thought of shaving that bit of hair in between your two eyebrows?
Yeah, I have.
Because I'll be honest with you, I would take it off. And
No,
what
I did one day. Someone said, never trust anyone with their eyebrows.
It does make you look a bit shifty. It looks like you should be in Oasis.
Yeah, and I've done it once, and then my dad asked me why I'd done that, and I told him. He went, look at my eyebrows. He said, do you trust me? I said, yeah. He went, don't shave them again. So
A family link.
It's a definite family
Did
link.
you, when you took it off, you shaved it or you waxed it?
Shaved it.
You shaved it. Well, don't look at me like that. Waxing's the more hygienic alternative, I believe.
I know, but I don't know. I'm not really good around a bit of wax.
You ever shaved your chest? Look at the hair on
I
you.
did once, yeah.
What happened?
It got too itchy. It was horrible.
What about anywhere else downstairs?
Nah, never ever shaved it. Nah, natural.
I have to trim mine, else it looks like a Muslim's
I
beard.
thought about trimming. It looks like a what?
Never you mind. Hey, you're a Muslim. Ronnie O'Sullivan, I just remembered, Ronnie O'Sullivan, you converted into the Nation of Islam, I believe. I don't know whether, not that organisation, but you became a Muslim, did you not?
I'm under pressure here, aren't I, really?
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
See, you think it's easy on the snooker, now you're on my territory.
No. What it was I've been searching for a long time for some sort
Well, hold on
of...
a second. So, I thought this was just a kind of... So, you've been looking for some sort of spiritual path. I didn't realise that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make light of it.
No, that's okay.
All right.
That's good. No,
Well, we'll carry on then. No, I didn't. So, you've been looking for some sort of...
Oh, I've tried everything.
What other spiritual paths did you look into?
Buddhism, Christianity, everything, you name it, I tried it.
Okay, and then, so Islam seemed to offer something to you?
Yes, because I was hanging around with people that were Muslims, and I felt their warmth and they were so, loving towards me, and I just thought, yeah, this is it. And,
wow.
And then the press sort of got hold of it, and I wasn't ready. My lifestyle, if I was a Muslim, I'd be, I'm not living a perfectly Muslim life. I do things that isn't right for a Muslim, so...
But you don't drink alcohol, do you?
No.
So
at the moment, I don't,
Well, you see, if you're going to convert in, then you've got to give that... You've got
to be total abstinent,
Yeah. But what an interesting character, because I think most people would think you're a bit way. I mean, snooker still has a kind of whole reputation of being a bit back in the old cash, bing bong, something like that. Yeah, well, it is. But then you're walking you're walking to a different drum beat.
Yeah, I suppose in a way that's just my little path, I suppose, isn't it? Everybody's different, and I'm just sort of like trying to do whatever feels good for me,
Prince Nassim is a friend of yours. He's a Muslim as well, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, he was the one who invited you down to a Muslim. What is it called? A kind of rave? I'm not sure what's the gathering called.
Yeah, it was like a rave was happening. We was all getting together, having a good time, and they're just happy on life, and all these brothers, I'm very close to them, and so I spent a lot of time there, and I admired what they had, and so I wanted a bit of it, but unfortunately I wasn't ready for it at the time, and next time it'll probably be a lot more of a low-key affair.
Because it was photographed, wasn't it? I believe you were photographed there at the...
In a kebab house with a Quran in my hand, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you see now, already, because it's not a kebab house where you go to worship, I believe, is it? I mean, that's your snooker past catching up with you. That's you only halfway there. I don't like a kebab. Do you like a kebab?
I love it.
What do you like about a kebab? You don't even know what it is, do you?
No, not that one when they...
Not the one
where they put it on the grill.
Oh, a proper kebab?
Oh, I like proper kebab, yeah.
You could have your own kebab. You got enough money. You could have your own kebab shop.
Could I?
You got a knicker shop.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Ronnie, see, that's something. Surely that won't square with your new Muslim lifestyle.
Exactly.
Selling scanty panties.
Exactly. Yeah.
The knicker shop isn't yours. It's your girlfriend's, your partner's.
It's my property, and it's my mother's really. She runs
It's your mum's
the
shop, I
business,
see.
yeah.
And is this something you wanted to do, or some?
No, I like the building, so I bought the building,
Yeah,
and I thought, what can I do?
You
with
bought
this?
the building.
Yeah.
You liked the building. You bought the building.
Yeah.
Wow, you are doing well, aren't you?
No.
What do you mean no? How can you deny it? You own a bloody building in the centre of town.
Yeah.
Full of knickers.
Yeah.
That's every working class boy's dream.
What you got there?
We've got a couple of pairs of the pants
Been
from the
down
shop
there,
here. I'm
innit?
telling you
got
what.
the last pair.
These aren't practical.
Oh, they're nice.
Look, for a lady, how can she sit down on the tube in them? And this one here, what's this going on here?
Is that out of the shop? Well, no. Oh, they're all right. Dale will like them.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if Dale, what do you think, yeah?
Bit of Dale.
Jonathan, I'll wear them for you tonight if you like.
What about your new partner? What does he think? Yeah?
I'm playing it cool, Jonathan,
He's
but I
a-
think I've scored.
He's gone home. He's still there. See, that's one happy customer tonight. I think we owe that man a big basket of fruit after the show. Let's talk about one thing. Now, snooker, I do enjoy watching you play. It's lovely when you see someone doing something really well. I mean, it is a joy to watch, so I'm thrilled for you. I know when you won the last tournament, you dedicated the win to your dad, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now, he's still in jail, isn't he?
Yeah.
How long has he been in there for? How long is he looking at finishing his trial?
He's been in there 13 years now, so he's probably got about another 5, maybe to do 4 or 5. Never know, a bit of good behaviour, I might let him out a bit earlier.
There's a picture, there's a lovely picture of you with your dad there.
He
Look
had
at
a
that.
drink with you one night.
He looks... Who, he did?
Yes, he
When?
bought you drinking brands one night.
He bought me a drink?
Yeah, yeah.
When was that? See, because I had a drinking period and I can't really remember much of it, so maybe he could tell me what happened.
No, but he just said he had a drink with you and he said you was a top man. And
Oh, that's really nice of him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah.
please pass on my best to him.
Oh, yeah.
It was a sweet moment seeing you dedicate. I think it was lovely. Does he watch you play? Can he watch you play from inside?
Yeah, well, he does now. The first time I won it, he couldn't watch it, but they've changed the rules now, and he gave up smoking so he could have a telly, and he watched the whole of the tournament, you know, on the TV. So
will he be able to see you on this show?
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Do you go and visit him much?
I'm going to go and see him Thursday.
Okay, we'll say hello to him for me.
I
when you
will
get
do,
there.
yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
Ronnie, it's great to see you again. Thank you for coming on,
No,
and
thanks.
you know, continue success in the future. Ronnie O'Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen. That was great. Thank you. I'll see you afterwards. We'll grab a coffee. We've lost one viewer this week. Prince Charles isn't watching because he's currently in retreat in a Greek monastery. Every day there is spent in prayer and spiritual contemplation. Prince Andrew, who's also in Greece, is in Faliraki, judging a wet thong contest. But this monastery that Charles is in, it sounds amazing. It's perched on a cliff top, it's got fabulous sea views, and there's not a woman within 5 miles. It's rather like Dale's holiday home, I imagine. Obviously, Prince Charles will be missing Camilla, but judging by this picture from the paper this week, taken at the same place, I think he smuggled her in, look. You see, I think... and I think that's a pretty good disguise. No one's going to recognise her wearing that hat. Now, my final guest hasn't been interviewed on television in 17 years, but before we chat, he's going to come out and perform his fantastic new single, Irish Blood, English Heart. Will you please welcome the brilliant Morrissey.
Irish blood, English heart, this I'm made of. There is no one on earth I'm afraid of, and no regime can buy or sell me. I've been dreaming of a time when to be English is not to be painful, to be standing by the flag, not feeling shameful, racist or partial. Irish blood, English heart, this I'm made of. There is no one on earth I'm afraid of, and I will die with both of my hands untied.
Morrissey, ladies and gentlemen. That was great. Yeah, it was great. Morrissey. That did sound great.
Well, not bad.
Welcome home. Welcome back to England. Welcome back to the United Kingdom.
Thank you.
Do you miss it when you're not here?
I do miss it, yes.
What do you miss
There's
about it?
certain things I miss. I miss British people. And I miss very small things and very silly things and British television and the arts.
What sort of TV do you miss then? What shows do you miss from British
I
television?
just miss television generally because in America, television is just for children.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Well, no, but they have some great shows.
No, they don't.
What about ER?
Well, you've just sort of answered your own question.
What about West Wing?
Well, exactly.
That's a great show.
I think it would strengthen my argument.
If he was the president, we'd all be very happy, wouldn't we?
Well, if anybody was the president other than, we'd be very happy.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Are you registered to vote in the US? Do you vote over here? Do you vote anywhere?
I don't vote anywhere. I don't have enough faith, I'm afraid. I'm like most people in the world, I have no faith.
Well, we got serious quite early, didn't we? That was my fault, I feel. Can I call you Stephen?
No.
What? I thought we'd become friends here, and then
Yeah,
now
but Stephen doesn't mean friends to me.
Does it not? Does it not?
No. Stephen.
But that was your name when you were a little boy.
When I was small, yeah. But I wasn't a very happy little boy.
So that's why you changed your name? You just wanted to distance yourself from your past?
Yeah, which I thought was quite clever.
And so everyone calls you Morrissey now?
Everybody, priests, everybody.
What about on your passport and your driver's licence?
It says Mozza.
No, does it really?
No, it doesn't. It just says M. It really does.
Can we be friends after the show?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, what's fine. But why not?
Well, you have so many friends.
But yeah, and you don't have enough, so I'm going to share with you.
But also, you have Oscar Wilde's haircut.
What's wrong with that? You see, I have a bone to pick with you. You're still sticking with the quiff, and let's face it, this is last year's thing, man.
Well, when you get to my age, Jonathan, if you still have hair, it's incredible. I'm not complaining.
Don't you think this tousled boyish look works for me?
No, I don't.
Oh. Now, Morrissey has a new album out. It's actually not out just yet. Is it next week?
It's out on Monday.
I'm telling you, the album is great, OK? A few people here may have heard it already. It's called You Are the Quarry, OK? It's great.
It's very, very good.
I think it's your best solo album. I think it is.
Well, I think it's my best ever album.
Well, it's fantastic. It really is. Is this your 10th solo album, I believe?
I think it's about 52nd.
OK, when I finished listening to it, I sat down and listened to it in its entirety. This is how good it is. I nearly cried.
Well, why didn't you cry?
Because it wasn't quite that good. No, because I, like most men of my age, I like to hold something back.
For when?
For when you're my friend. All right? We'll talk about this later. Do you have a lot of people trying to kind of worm their way into your favour? Because you kind of, seem someone who it isn't easy to get close to, therefore, it's all the more enticing and all the more tempting to try and get close.
Really? Yes. No, I've not noticed that, to be honest.
Do you find it easy to let new friends into your life?
No, I don't. It takes me a long time with people. I'm very slow.
And do you like having new friends?
I don't like people, to be honest.
How many friends have you got?
7.
You have got... Really, seriously?
7.
You do strike me as the sort of person who could name and number their friends quite clearly.
Well, I have a couple of friends who I've been friends with for over 20 years. And as time goes by, they become more important to me.
I get the feeling you're someone who doesn't suffer fools particularly gladly.
Oh, never. I mean, it's a waste of time.
So you would be quite daunting company, I would have thought.
Yes, extremely, which is why lots of people don't like me.
And do you never feel like, well, I'll soften it a bit tonight, I'll turn on the old Mozza charm and make them feel...
There is no Mozza charm.
Oh, well, there must be some.
There absolutely is not, no. There really isn't.
And say when someone leaves, say you met a new person, okay? When they leave, when you shut the door, and you're relieved to be alone again, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think, oh, wish I'd been a bit nicer?
I don't recall ever feeling that way. Absolutely not. I mean, I just wonder what took them so long to leave. That's really the basic thought.
But you see, once again, we're very similar. Yes. I can't wait for people to leave.
But you love people.
Yes, but only in very small bursts.
And you stand before this audience and you love them and you shout to them and blah, 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 blah. And
It's a professional relationship we have. But you perform in front of an audience and you love the audience when they're there applauding you. And
in my case, Jonathan, it's not performing. I don't perform ever.
You big old liar.
It's absolutely true. I don't perform.
I've seen you waving your arms around and
That isn't a
pretending and doing all
performance.
that.
That's real.
Come on.
That's real life.
What's that? Oi.
Jonathan,
There must be moments when you think, no, I don't
No,
fancy it,
I-
I'll just fake it a bit.
I've said it before, only seals perform.
So you give it, it's the genuine emotion?
Yes.
Well, you must be exhausted at the end of a tour.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's nice, isn't it?
What about people who work with you? What kind of relationship do you have with them then? Does that ever blur and you ever feel awkward that they want to be more friendly and you don't want to let them closer?
Yeah, it's happened in the past. It has happened in the past.
We're talking about a long time ago, I imagine then.
No.
No, recently.
No, it has happened. It does become difficult sometimes. But then it ends, remarkably, when they found out what I'm really like.
What are you really like then? What do you mean by that?
I've got no idea.
Say you're in for the evening alone in Los Angeles, where you currently live most of the time.
Yes.
And you don't watch TV, we've established that.
Yes.
What would you do with your time? What would you...
Well, I do very normal things. I'd listen to music, eat, and listen to the radio.
You are, I think, sorted out now, aren't you? You seem on a more even keel than previously.
Well, Jonathan, as you know, it's age.
Yeah.
And it does quite comforting things
It
as well
does.
as very distressing things.
Because you're now 45 or 44?
70. I am.
I think you've always been 70 inside, haven't you?
No, I'm just a little bit older than you.
Yeah, a tiny bit older. And I'll be honest with you, I think you only look a little bit worse than me. I think we look... But what? You've got a good physique on you. Do you work out now?
No, never.
You look quite muscular now.
Well, I don't eat flesh.
Now, you've never eaten flesh, have you?
Well, I did until I was 11. So that keeps me quite healthy.
No, so when you were 11, when the turning point came, I know you've talked about this, what was it that turned you off the concept of eating meat?
Well, it's so cruel. And I've never heard a good argument for eating animals, ever. And you can't say, well, it tastes nice, because it doesn't until you garnish it and stick salt and pepper, you fry it, you grill it, blah, 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 blah. But nobody just kills an animal and eats it straight away.
No, you wouldn't want to do that.
Well, no, but why don't they?
I think if Dale was in a hurry one night and it wasn't yet defrosted, he possibly would suck on a chicken leg or something.
Yes, I think you're correct. Yeah.
And there are a lot of meat eaters in the building tonight, OK?
How do you know?
Because I'm sure there are. Well, I'm one of them, OK? But I almost, occasionally, I become vegetarian and then I'm lured back in.
But you see, that's no good.
That's no good.
No.
Now, how do you feel about people who are meat eaters? Could you have a meat eater as a friend?
Over the telephone, yes, but I don't think I could. I couldn't go to a restaurant with somebody.
And see the meat in front of you? Yeah, you see, because my daughter's become a vegetarian. She became a few years ago when she was about, I think she was about 8, and she just said to us one day, I don't want to eat meat. And we said, that's fine, that's what she said, why not? She said, I don't want to eat anything that walks beside us.
Yes.
Okay? Now she won't even eat fish, so swimming's entered the equation. But we would not
fish,
eat...
When fish are caught, they suffocate and they scream really loudly. People think they're just very quiet and they flap a bit and it's over. But they go through extreme hell.
It's not nice then, is it?
Well, how could it be? I mean, nobody could be that hungry, really.
But I remember hearing someone saying that they think that your song Meat is Murder and that kind of stand you made, that probably converted more people to vegetarianism.
Yes.
That year certainly than just about any other statement.
Well, I'm told so.
And would you do another song like that, maybe to sort of say meat still murder?
No, I wouldn't. I'd never be that crass, Jonathan.
It hasn't got any better.
No. Do you have a dog or a budgie?
I've got a cat.
Would you eat your cat?
If I was really hungry. but I wouldn't, not through choice, I know what you're saying. But if I was if I was stuck, if a plane crashed.
If a plane crashed, you would possibly consider... Why would your cat be on a plane with you?
Well, logically, he might not be. I was reaching. Now, your fan base is huge, wide, but also really diverse, really quite strange in a way. I mean, people really go nuts for you. I think they appreciate you now more than they did previously. Is that the case from your perspective? Do you think that now there's a different...
Yes, I do. I don't think it's simply because I've stayed around long enough. I think people who like me consider me to be quite real. And in pop music, that's very rare.
Well, it's getting more and more rare, it seems.
Absolutely. It's completely impossible to be natural in pop music. So I think people just see me as a real person with views
And you're touring here again this year, I guess, are you?
Absolutely, yes.
When are you doing it?
I appear in Manchester next weekend.
Yeah.
Which is the first time in 12 years.
It's going to be fantastic, isn't it?
I think it sounds as if it's going to be extraordinary.
And now, how are you coming on the stage? Because I know you always like to appear in different dramatic ways, don't you?
That's not true.
Yes, you do.
It really
I've seen you carried on.
Well, that just happened once, and for some reason it was captured on film.
Can I drive you on stage in my bubble car?
I don't think so.
Oh, Morrissey. Wouldn't it be a lovely thing for you and for me?
No,
I'll make my hair, I'll quiff it up for the occasion.
I'm striving for some degree of popularity, Jonathan.
I tell you, you get one more chance to be friends and then the offer's withdrawn. Did you see Stars in Their Eyes?
Why would I be watching Stars?
Well, you've got to do something in the evenings.
Yes, but that isn't something that you have.
All right. Harry Hill, brilliant British comedian, who I know you know is a fan of yours. He's yes.
Yes.
He uttered the immortal words, "Tonight, Matthew, I shall be Morrissey." You didn't see this?
No.
Would you like to have a little peek?
I'd love to.
This is a bit of a TV first. This is Morrissey watching Harry Hill as Morrissey. I think you're going to be suitably impressed.
Who are you going to be tonight?
Tonight, Matthew, I am going to be Morrissey.
Morrissey! Punctured bicycle. This charming car, this charming man.
But you actually did not like that, did you?
Well, I haven't been like that for 20 years.
Of course not, but he was doing the kind of, the old image, and I suppose it's what they thought would be the more immediate, recognisable face of Morrissey to the mums and dads, I guess.
But why cater to mums and dads?
Well, because that's the show. You know Stars in Your Eyes.
I've heard of it, yes.
We're friends now, remember?
Yes.
You going to come round while you're over?
I might do.
Yeah, come round!
I might borrow your wallpaper table.
I've got lambs.
Lambs?
In the garden, 2 lambs.
For what?
Just to, well, not to eat. Don't start on that.
Will they become sheep?
No, they will become sheep, and they'll be loved and cherished as sheep.
Until they'll die of old age?
Yes.
Yeah, you sure?
Yes! You can come in and ride them if you want.
So you have lambs, you have sheep,
yeah,
but you tuck in every Sunday to... You see, that is
no, I don't tuck in
terrible.
every Sunday. A lot of the time I have the vegetarian option. Because it's tastier. Hey, how do you write a song? I don't mean in a quick way, but do you, for example, you work on this new album, okay, and this was years in the coming, wasn't it? It was a few years in the coming.
Yes.
Do you stockpile ideas, things that tick you off, or things that you really want to talk about, or things that you've got to do, or is it kind of a more mechanical operation? You think, okay, time to write a song now?
No, it's... Jonathan, I think you must realise it's never mechanical. It's never mechanical. I do feel the urge, and I constantly write, and I constantly feel the need to witness and give an account of life.
And when you're writing, do you think, okay, here's an idea, here's a concept I want to deal with, or just like a couplet coming to your head, like there's some lovely, lovely kind of rhymes and ideas in this. That one about the last gang member, or the first gang member to die, yeah. And then you've got the rhyme with stars and reservoir, which is just such a clever, and you think, now, did that occur to you in advance, or you think, okay, I'm writing this now, oh, well, that's nice.
No, it just all falls into place, honestly, it really does.
How lucky.
Well, yes, it's quite lucky, but you have lots of talent yourself.
Huge amount. Well, don't smirk after you said it, don't you? Now, you're writing your autobiography.
I am indeed, yes.
Now, how far are you into it? How's that going?
Well, I do have a few chapters left.
Well, what does that mean? Is that a threat of some sort?
Well, it means I have a few chapters that are still open.
So you're not deciding to finish it yet, or you're still kind of deciding what to put in them?
No, I just haven't had time.
And you're settling old scores?
Millions.
Yeah, but you settle old scores in every album that comes out, don't you?
It isn't enough.
You see, this is the one thing that, yeah, I know you're asking me to be friends, but the one thing that makes me hold back is the fear that I would turn up in an album being, told off a little bit, being rebuked for something, some small slight, some misunderstanding that you've carried with you and you won't get over. And it's only a minor thing like me saying, ride the lamb,
But life is a serious business, Jonathan. It really is.
You should lighten up.
How?
Just relax, come round to me, we'll play tennis. So what, next Tuesday good for you?
What time?
7 o'clock, my place, I'm serving sprouts.
You know, sprouts scream when they're...
Oh, no, they don't. Ladies and gentlemen, Morrissey's going to perform for us one more time this evening. I'm looking forward. This is going to be something very special, I believe. I don't even know what the beginning... Oh, don't be...
It's not special, really.
It is special. You are special. Do you not feel special?
I'll just prove that it's not special.
Oh, I see. You don't want me to give the big build-up. Okay.
Oh, go on.
Okay. Morrissey's going to do something extra special for us, so I'm going to say thank you while he limbers up. So let's say thank you to Morrissey, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Morrissey. There is the album. Morrissey, you are the quarry. I tell you, it's just about the best album I've heard all year, no doubt about it. It's fantastic. So Morrissey's going to perform again for us now, but while he limbers up, let me thank the other guests as well. The always wonderful Mr. Dale Winton, ladies and gentlemen. And the equally delightful Ronnie O'Sullivan. Next week, my guests are like a selection of my favourite chocolates. He's hard on the outside and soft in the middle. It's Eddie Izzard. She's dark, nutty and impossible to resist, Carol Vorderman. And he is an upmarket truffle who's smooth and rich. It's Mr. Will Young. Plus, there'll be mouth-watering music from the fabulous France Ferdinand, but now with a special version of Every Day is Like Sunday. It's Morrissey!
Understand why my life has been cursed, poisoned and condemned, when I've been trying every night to hold you near me. I'm telling you, it isn't easy. Trudging slowly over wet sand, back to the bench where your clothes were stolen. This is the coastal town that they forgot to close down. Armageddon, come Armageddon, come Armageddon, come. Sunday. Every day is silent and grey. Hide on the promenade, scratch on a postcard. Oh, how I dearly wish I was not here. The seaside town that they forgot to bomb. Come, 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 nuclear bomb. Every day is like Sunday. Every day is silent and grey. Trudging back over pebbles and sand, and a strange dust lands on your hands and on your face, on your face, on your face, on your face. Every day is like Sunday. tan